Hi everyone, it's Amy. I just finished a job interview where I was asked to present, and friends really liked the content of this presentation, and so they asked me to put it together in a recording. So here we go. Welcome everybody. I recently returned to call La Crosse home again after living out of state, and over the past 11 years have been exploring the plains, the mountains, and communities in Colorado. It would have been natural to sell you today on why Colorado should be on your bucket list of travel plans. I imagine some of you, like me, eagerly anticipate travel adventures again. But selling Colorado is pretty much a no-brainer if you are a human who enjoys beautiful places. And if I get the chance to work with you in the future, I will gladly talk with you anytime about anything related to Colorado. Something a little less talked about and a little closer to home that I'm bringing to you today is about your feet and really about your shoes. Yeah, I know, it's 2:45 on a Friday afternoon and she's going to talk about shoes. Yes. And I want to change the way you think about your shoes. We use them all the time, maybe a lot less during the past year than we normally do. This past year, our lives changed as we suddenly went from an office to working from home, and many people kicked off their shoes, going barefoot almost around the clock. Not a big deal, right? Well, actually, it is. Because for years, many of us have worn shoes for most, if not all, of our waking hours. And shoes affect how we stand, how we walk, and how we function. It's similar to how trees are shaped by the wind. If you've ever seen trees by a windy shore or at high elevations in the mountains, you'll notice the trees have literally been shaped by the force of the wind. Similarly, your environment shapes your body, and feet are probably the easiest place to see that happening. These feet have been wearing modern shoes for a very long time. They have responded to forces by adapting and reshaping, which is actually completely amazing, right? Except, of course, that this sort of thing often becomes really painful. Modern shoes have stiff, inflexible soles. These soles prevent our foot joints from moving, so our feet become stiff and weak. Modern shoes also have raised heels, believe it or not, even in our tennis shoes. These heels force us to carry our weight too far forward, placing a lot of pressure on the forefoot. It's a huge contributor to problems like plantar fasciitis, metatarsalgia, and flat feet. And it also compresses our low backs and pelvic floors. Foot problems don't just stay in the feet. Modern shoes also have narrow toe boxes. They literally squash our bones so our feet grow in the wrong shape, contributing to bunions and low circulation. No matter what shoes you choose, they are shaping your feet. Some shapes are more what we want than others. Foot-shaped shoes are so crucial because they help feet stay the way they were designed. Baby's feet. Unmistakable, right? Cute, fresh, amazing. We entered this world with those beautiful fan-shaped feet and toes. Choosing shoes that follow those natural curves of the foot allow them to keep looking that way. But more importantly, it allows them to continue to function well. So I thought I'd share this super easy way to test your shoes and see how they're affecting your feet. This weekend, when you have a few moments, find a pair of shoes that you wear with a removable insole. Take it out and then stand on it, placing your foot on top of it. Does your entire foot fit completely within the parameters of that insole? If portions of your feet extend beyond those insoles, it means your shoes are squashing your feet and your feet are adapting to your shoes. Basically, the more a shoe allows your feet to move naturally, the better it is for your feet. This means that it will allow the foot to do what it was designed to do without pushing, squashing, or immobilizing. But most modern footwear are like casts on our feet. If you've ever broken a bone or had to wear a cast, you know how it was used to immobilize and provide support for your healing. When the cast is removed after many weeks, it's common to have weaker muscles and other tissues. Conventional shoes immobilize our feet and toes, and over time, it weakens their natural strength and movement. Our feet have the natural capacity to move like our hands, and our toes like our fingers. But years of wearing these foot casts break down our feet's natural capacity to support our whole body. When the world took off our shoes during the pandemic, our feet went from almost never moving to feet moving almost all day long. If you've ever gone from not exercising to exercising regularly, you know it's easy to overdo it, even to the point of injury. In this case, we went from relying on the support of a shoe to relying on our feet's structural integrity without any strength training at all. Can you imagine getting a cast off your arm and immediately dropping down to do push-ups throughout the day? What about 10,000 push-ups? No, most often physical therapy is needed to regain strength and that range of motion. Our feet need something similar after years of wearing shoes. When we have strong feet, they can support our bodies naturally without relying on shoes to do the work for us. Dr. McClanahan and others in the field of biomechanics and podiatry are correcting many foot issues by restoring natural foot function. Take myself, for example. It took me a couple of years to build up the strength to get there, but flat feet and foot pain are in my past. Even my posture and back are stronger and functioning better than ever. Foot function has a huge impact on our bodies. There's a kinetic chain running up through our big toes, through the arch, up our legs, and into the hips and spine that affects everything we do. Your feet have probably spent years in regular shoes, and they have adapted to whatever shoes you wear the most. When you consider changing your shoes, make the transition gradually. Going from the couch to running a 10K takes time, and transitioning your whole body to this takes time as well. If you're interested in this transition and keeping pain-free and healthy feet, there are essentially 2 steps to this. First, strengthen your feet to support your whole body naturally. And second, buy and wear shoes that are shaped like feet. I first discovered foot-shaped shoes after a long history of foot issues. And yes, as you can see from these photos, Bailey and I do a lot of hiking and we do a lot of resting. By changing our footwear and strengthening the body, like I did the last few years, can completely transform someone's life as it did mine. In fact, this experience was so life-changing, I now find myself giving job interview presentations on the topic. Seriously though, if you're interested in reading more from the experts in the field, check out these books from Katie Bowman. She's a scientist and expert in biomechanics. And then there's podiatrist Ray McClanahan. You can learn more about what to look for in healthy, natural shoes, the science behind this approach, and simple exercises to strengthen your feet to support all the things your body does. Because it's really about feeling good to do the things we enjoy, isn't it? And maybe you're dreaming about adventures on your bucket list, maybe even in Colorado. Strong, healthy feet can take you all those places you want to go. The work you do to fix your feet will benefit your entire body. I hope the next time you reach for shoes, you'll think about them a little bit differently and choose shoes for happy, healthy feet. Thanks for listening.